and dark blue.
And good evening, everyone, and welcome to the World Online Racing Championship Street Stock Series presented by the Keystone Corner. We are here at Lime Rock for round 4 of the series this evening for 35 laps around the road course here in these street stock cars. It is going to be an exciting one, and the guys are out there qualifying right now, so we will catch up with a few of them here as they attempt their qualifying. 2 laps here in qualifying, and they only have 5 minutes to get it done. A very difficult track, as you will see a lot of guys here struggle. It looks like we have a few on their opening lap here, and we'll ride on board here with Aiden Walker as he starts his flying lap here. Down into turns 1 and 2 here. Very tricky braking point. With these cars, you'll see the rear end want to lock up under braking, but he does a good job keeping it on the track as he heads down into turn 3 here, and then a right-hander turn 4, and he'll head down the no-name straight here. Very shallow, not so wide straight here. We'll see a lot of guys trying to make some passes as they head into turn 5 right there, but it is very tight. And he'll come down here and take turn 6, another fast right-handed turn, and you can see the rear end there sliding out on that car. And the fastest turn on the track right here, turn 7, very sideways coming around turn 7 there. That's not necessarily the quickest way around here, but he's making it work. He will cross the line, and looks like he's going to run a 55.66 there, and was on provisional pole, but Austin Duran there with a 55.2, as looks like he's not going to set another lap. And we'll ride on board here with Joe Burgee here. He had the fastest lap in practice, and a big mistake there coming out of turn 2. That is going to ruin his second lap. So it looks like so far Austin Duran here going to have provisional pole. We'll ride on board here with the 420 of Connor Trafari here, as he is on his second flying lap here, currently scored in 4th. And just looking at the timing sheet to see if anyone is setting a quicker lap than Duran, does not look like it. You can see Cole Day there puts in a 55.6. That's going to put him in 4th place. And Connor Trafari not improving on his second lap, so he is currently in provisional 5th. And looks like Hayes Booth there on his second flying lap, currently scored in 10th. As the time winds down here, 1 more lap here for Hayes Booth. It looks like most drivers have set their first lap and are on their second flying lap. I'm going to ride on board here with Cole Day because he is improving on his time here on his second lap as he comes down into turn 7. And see, oh, looks like he's going to get off track there. That will disqualify that time. So unfortunately, losing out there on all the ground he just made up on that second flying lap. And we see Pierce Moffitt there in the 41 off the track as well. And the way iRacing works, if you get 2 tires off the track, the qualifying lap will not count. We can see a big lock up there from Mason Suit. I believe that was on starting his second lap, so not improving there. And it looks like that's gonna do it for qualifying. No other cars are on the track currently, and about 30 seconds left. So provisional pole right now goes to Austin Duran, running a 55.2, almost 0.3 quicker than the next fastest car, Joe Burgee there, who was quickest in practice. So good lap there by Austin Duran. I believe he actually set that on his first lap as well. Didn't even take the second lap. Aiden Walker currently scored in 3rd. Cold Day. It's good to see Cold Day out here. Usually see him in dirt cars, but he's out here running some asphalt road courses. He's currently scored in 4th. And that will officially cut over from qualifying, and now they will grid up, and we'll go over the official starting order. Starting on pole, we've got Austin Duran. In second, Joe Burgee. In third, Aiden Walker. In fourth, Cold Day. In fifth, Shane Fuller. In sixth, Connor Trafari. In seventh, Pierce Moffitt. Eighth, Brayson Collins. Ninth, Christian Visconti. In 10th, Hayes Booth. In 11th, Mason Suit. In 12th, Hunter Collier. In 13th, Paul Granata. In 14th, Ryan Martin. In 15th, Nick Pina. In 16th, Ethan Harrison. 17th, Bill Varner. 18th, Jarek Akaba. In 19th, Ryan Kame. In 20th, DJ Powell. And 21st, we've got Cade Hittinger there. And I don't believe he is going to grid. Doesn't look like, so he may not be in the race this evening. But that'll do it for your starting grid here. Round 4 at Lime Rock this evening for a little road course action. You see they are gridding up. It will be a rolling start this evening, and I bet the drivers do appreciate that because these cars are difficult as it is. So a rolling start will make it easier going down into turn 1. Let's go over the race analysis while we wait for everyone to grid up here. Tonight we will do 35 laps here at Lime Rock. There will be 0 quick repairs. Fuel will be set at 75%, and they will have 2 sets of tires this evening that they can choose to put on in the pits. So it will be interesting to see if any tire strategy comes into play this evening. Generally on road courses with these types of cars, you will want track position, so we will see how that plays out tonight. We could have some late race cautions, and be interesting to see what these drivers do with their strategy tonight. And it looks like all the drivers have gridded up here. And we will do the pace lap here, and then we'll get going green. Real quick, while they're going around the pace lap, let's go over the series schedule. We're at round 4 here at Lime Rock, running the classic layout. Round 5, we'll go to Oxford. Round 6, Charlotte. Round 7, Phoenix. Round 8, Michigan. Round 9, Knoxville. And 10th, Homestead. And then the final round, round 11, will be at USA International Speedway. So it looks like this is the only road course on the schedule this evening. So some of these drivers are probably just looking to survive this, as next week we head to something a little more familiar with these cars, a little short track racing. All right, now they're pacing around turn 6 here. One more turn to go, and then the pace truck will come off and they will get going green. It is going to be a crazy hectic run down into turn 1. Long front stretch here, and drafting is a big part of this straightaway here in these street stock cars, and they're all bunched up 2 by 2, and turn 1 is going to be exciting. Hopefully everyone can make it through okay. If not, I'm sure we'll throw the caution and try it again. But here they come down, and they take the green flag. Austin Duran getting a little bit of a jump there, but the 83 of Burgee is on the outside. And we'll watch them file down 3 wide going into turn 1 back there. That looked like Shane Fuller. Pierce Moffitt there on the inside in that 41. But the tricky thing about being on the inside in turn 1 is coming into turn 3 here. You do not have the preferred line, but if you can hang on to it like he's going to do here through turn 4. Oh, we've got a car going around. That's Shane Fuller in the grass. Looks like he is able to keep it going. Brayson Collins advancing a couple positions there in the heat of the mess there. And looks like they're all going to come up the hill there. You saw one car get a little bit of sideways as he came up over the hill. The weight on the rear of the car just unloads, and it is struggle to keep the rear end under you as they go down into turn 7 here. Starting to get spread out, but we've got a battle here between Hayes Booth and Christian Visconti as we head down into turn 1. Looks like Hayes Booth's going to look up the inside there on Pierce Moffitt. Is he going to be able to clear him? He is. He's going to take away that 6th place position. Good run by him. Right behind him, though, Pierce Moffitt still trying to hold off the 80 there of Visconti. Hayes Booth is going to advance up into the 6th position. Let's check on our leader up front. Austin Duran currently about a second ahead of Joe Burgee there in the 83. Right behind them, Cole Day in 3rd, and he is now under pressure from the 420 of Trifari. And this is the battle for 3rd. Oh, looks like Brayson Collins back there in the number 5 getting really loose on the exit of turn 7. He's able to save it. What a save, but he is going to lose at least 1 position, maybe 2 here. Oh, as Pierce Moffitt locks up the right front going into turn 1. And we'll see if Brayson can hang on the outside here in turn 2. He is, so he will have the preferred line as they head down into turn 3. And good defensive driving there by Brayson Collins. But the battle is not over yet. Pierce Moffitt looking to cut under him there in turn 4. Not going to make it work. And Christian Visconti right there behind Pierce Moffitt in the 41, looking to pounce as well. Oh, looks like we've got one in the wall. Brayson Collins getting loose there coming up the hill. Oh, and looks like a car there tried to dodge him, and there's going to be a big wreck. Multiple cars here. Looks like the 9 of Ryan Martin involved. To figure out who else was involved. We know the 5 of Brayson Collins was involved. Let's go back and see if we can watch that. So here you see the 9 coming up the track and just goes off the track just a little bit there trying to avoid it. And looks like the 77 is going to get into the back of him. But it looks like we are going to stay green here. No caution. Like Brayson was able to get going again, currently in the 15th position though. And up front, Austin Duran still running away with it here, about 0.8 of a second in front of Joe Burgee. And then Cole Day there in 3rd, still holding off the 420 of Connor Trifari. As we head down and complete lap 4 and start lap 5 of 35. Hayes Booth has advanced another position here. He is up into 5th. And it looks like Pierce Moffitt and Christian Visconti here still battling it out for 6th place. And you saw the 41 of Pierce Moffitt there take a very defensive braking line into turn 1. Doing everything he can to try to hold off Christian Visconti there. Let's ride on board Visconti here as he tries to chase down the 41 of Pierce Moffitt. You can see heading around turn 4, going up the hill there. 4th gear here on this fast right-hander through turn 5. Quickest turn on the track right here, turn 6. Very hard to keep the rear end under you. As you can see, the 41 there getting a little loose. And now it's a drag race down the front straight. And we'll see who's going to be the latest breaker here going into turn 1. Down into 3rd gear for turn 2 here. I'm going to keep the car as far to the right as you can because there's a quick left-hander here. Late entry. You want to get a shallow exit here and then immediately flick the car back to the right in turn 4 and head down the no-name straight here towards turn 5 and the hill. And we'll ride on board Pierce Moffitt here as he is chasing down the number 993 there of Booth. We'll see if he can set up a pass here on the front straight. Get a better exit here out of turn 7. You can see Booth looks like he got through that turn just a little bit quicker. Is he going to try a late braking move here? No. Like, oh, Booth getting a little loose there, locking up on entry. Like Booth is starting to struggle there with tire grip as Pierce Moffitt is going to take a look to the inside. He'll have the outside here going into turn 4. And he is going to be able to advance there and take away the 5th place position there. And Visconti now on the back of Hayes Booth as well. We'll see if Visconti can do anything to advance into the 6th position. Visconti there getting really loose on the exit of turn 6. We'll see if he can keep that rear end under him through turn 7 here. Drag race down the front straight. Looks like Visconti got a better run out of turn 7. Is he going to be able to make a move under braking here, or is Booth going to drive defensively? And it looks like, oh, we've got a car coming back on the track. Looks like we've had accident. Looks like a single car will and that is going to bring the yellow flag out. Looks like the 64 here is going to lock it up under braking and just miss turn 1. Oh, and the 099 there, 3rd place Cold Day going off the track. See if we can back it up a little bit. Oh, it looks like he and the 420 were battling there, and the 420 getting into the rear. Cold Day under braking into turn 1. So multiple different accidents there happening, but that will bring out our first caution of the evening. I actually want to go back and I want to ride on board the 420 as he got into the Cold Day going down into turn 1. Let's see if we can pull that replay up real quick. You can see him heading down the front stretch here. Cold Day blocking on the inside, but right under braking there. Looks like the 420 is going to get underneath. I'm going to back it up just a little bit more to see if the maneuver Cold Day there made would be deemed illegal. You're allowed to make one move. However, you cannot make 2 moves. That's a little close to call. It looks like he went the block to the inside, but also started to come back up the track. Not sure if the race admins are going to have anything to say about that. It is a little in that gray area. But under braking there, the 420 is going to get into the rear end of Cold Day and spin him around. Alright, so Cold Day now is scored in the 8th position, so he lost 5 positions there in that accident. Looks like the 420 of Connor Trifari, I believe, is getting a end of line penalty, so the admins have deemed him at fault for that accident, and he's going to go to the rear of the field. Looks like Hayes Booth has made it up into 4th, so he's advanced 6 positions tonight. Let's look for our biggest mover. Currently is Paul Granada there in the 04 machine. He is up into 6th place, and he has advanced 7 positions since the start of the race this evening. And you can see there he's taking a little pace lap detour on the part of the track that we're not running this evening. Hunter Collier here is up into 7th in the 98 machine there. He's advanced 5 positions since the start of the race, so good run from him again. And another big mover here tonight, the 77 of Ethan Harrison, who we saw involved in an earlier incident in turn 6, I believe it was, where we saw Brayson Collins actually get into the wall. But the 77 of Ethan Harrison, he's advanced 6 positions tonight and is currently scored in 10th place. And it looks like the pace lights are off the pace truck, so they will get going green this time around. But while we wait for them to complete this pace lap, let's go over the point standings here as we entered round 4 of the 11 round series. Brady Weileman still our points leader, but I'm just looking at the driver entries. He's not here this evening, so Aiden Kirker also not in the server this evening as well. So Aiden Kirker, our first and second place points standings are not in the server this evening. Pierce Moffitt in third is in the server, and he is currently running in third place. Jay Mulder, John Canizaro in 5th, Ryan Martin in 6th, Christian Visconti in 7th, Cameron McHone in 8th, Austin Duran, who is currently our race leader, in 9th, and Nick Pena there, rounding out your top 10 in the points as we are in round 4 of the 11 round World Online Racing Championship Street Stock Series presented by the Keystone Corner this evening. They are heading down into turn 7 now. Pace truck will come off the track and we will get going green here. Austin Duran there in the 45 will lead us to the green flag. The 83 of Joe Burgee was hanging with the 45. We'll see if he can do anything on this next run. And the green flag is out. Austin Duran getting a good jump there. You saw the 83 of Burgee jump down to the bottom of the track there and go back up. Pierce Moffitt is in third. Hayes Booth there looking on the outside of Moffitt, but he's going to quickly fall back in line. And you can see they are too wide on back here. We've got Cole Day in the mix, the 98 of Hunter Collier. We've got Shane Fuller there in the 57. Ooh, had to lock up the front tire there to stay off. It looks like the 77 behind him. You can still see these guys jostling for positions here. As we go too wide up the hill. Ooh, little contact there, but it looks like everybody's going to keep going. Good job by everybody so far to keep going. Meanwhile, up front, 3/10 separate the top two here. Austin Duran out front, Joe Burgee in second. And that gap, oh, we see our second place lock up. Third place actually locked up as well. But the 83 of Joe Burgee there is now looking on the outside as they head into turn 3. Can he set up a little crossover here as they come out of turn 4 and head down the no-name straight? Looks like Austin Duran there gets a little better of an exit. And Liz right on board second place here. Joe Burgee as he heads uphill there. You see a big mistake out of him in turn 5 going up the hill, and it looks like he's going to lose about 4/10 off the back of Austin Duran there. Big mistake. But he is clawing back there in that last turn, turn 7. He gained back 3/10. So Joe Burgee here is flying late on the brakes down into turn 1. Ooh, you can see the 45 is struggling with rear grip as Joe Burgee here is just going to pull right up to his back bumper. Take a little peek here on going into turn 3. Give him a little bit of a bumper. That's what we love to see. And it looks like, unfortunately, the second caution of the evening is going to come out. Let's see if we can find out. Looks like Nick Pena is involved. Let's... Got Mason Suit here off the track. Not sure we had oh, there we go. The 05 of Ryan came there. It looks like a single car spin in turn 2. He reverses on the track. This caution may have been brought out by iRacing and not an admin, as the car was sitting in the track there for a few seconds. But that is the only incident that we see in the data available to us that could have brought the yellow out. But all that means is we'll bunch the field back up and the racing will be exciting again once we get going green. We'll have about 19 laps remaining once we take the green flag. And there is a time limit this evening. Just checking real quick to see what it is, because at the rate we are going, we may actually hit the time limit of the race before we hit the 35 lap mark, which is not uncommon at a road course when you do full course yellows like we are doing this evening. And it looks like we do have some takers down pit road here. Our leader, Austin Duran, goes in second place. Joe Burgee is going to stay out. Pierce Moffitt staying out as well. Christian Visconti staying out. Paul Granada. So let's look at our pitters here. We've got Austin Duran, Aiden Walker, Shane Fuller, Connor Trifari, Hayes Booth coming into the pits, Mason Suit, Nick Pena. And that looks like all the takers down pit road. So the field is split, about half of them pitting, half of them not. And Austin Duran, our race leader, gonna come out in 12th position. So he is gonna lose quite a bit of track position there, but we did see him struggling with his rear tire grip, and Joe Burgee was definitely running him down very quickly there. We'll see if those fresh tires can make up those 12 spots and let him battle for the win. Right, and it does look like the pace lights are going to go off the pace truck this time, so we will be going green next time around here. We will have 18 laps remaining. And it does look like we have around 45 minutes remaining on our time limit. So we'll keep an eye on that and see if we can get, if we're going to hit that time limit before we hit the lap limit tonight. But we will have 18 laps remaining here out of 35 this evening once we do take the green. The 83 of Joe Burgee there going to lead us down to the green flag. And he was able to get the lead. Oh, looks like we've got cars wrecking under yellow. Oh man, I'm not sure what's going on there, but it looks like the 9 of Ryan Martin involved.
Hang on, we're not going green. Not going green.
It looks like a car just went through the field there. I'm not sure if that was the 950. Does look like it was the 950. Almost looks like a connection issue because he's driving just like the cars aren't there. And we've seen that before with some connection issues where the cars on your screen will disappear. But that's going to cause a lot of damage there, unfortunately, to quite a few cars. And it looks like that driver has been removed from the server. So unfortunate chain of events there. Not sure what to make out from that, but they will extend the caution here by one more lap, and then we'll try to get going green. Let's just run through the field here and see who got damage from that. We saw the 90, looks like the 099 of Cold Day there, getting the worst end of the deal. As you can see, his front end and rear is banged up. Just looking at the other drivers, doesn't look like anyone else is seriously damaged. We see the 420 there with some damage. Connor Trafari with some front end damage. Maybe just be cosmetic. Hopefully that damage won't slow them down. But the 83 here of Joe Burgee is going to lead us down to the green flag. Pace truck will come off this time around, and we'll resume going green here with 17 laps remaining, and the green flag is out. The 83 of Joe Burgee there getting a jump, and they are too wide behind with Christian Visconti looking underneath Pierce Moffitt there as they head down into turns 1 and 2. Oh, and we've got a couple cars off in the grass. Oh, Connor Trafari involved in that. Ethan Harrison. Cold Day. Oh, and that is disastrous. See if we can go back real quick and get a look at that restart there. You can see the 099 of Cold Day heading down into turn 1. Looks like he's going to get clipped by the 77, and that's just a chain reaction from there. And we are under our third caution of the evening due to that incident. Watch it from another angle here as they go down into turn 1. And you're going to see the 77 just get into the back of the 099 of Cold Day, and that is going to cause a huge pile up right in front of them. Let's go back and watch it from one of the drivers' angles. Let's look at Connor Trafari. And we're riding on the 420 of Connor Trafari, and you can see the incident's actually going to happen up ahead of him there, but there's just nowhere for him to go as the Cold Day. And who is that on the outside? It looks like the 71 of Bill Varner there. Varner, sorry. Kind of pinched him there and nowhere for him to go. Let's look at this from 77, I believe, was the one that got into the back of Cold Day. And yes, so we're riding on board the 77 as they head down into turn 1 and just getting into the rear of Cold Day there. And that is, looks like he comes away from that pretty unscathed. It's one more look here. Watch it from Bill Varner's view here in the 71. He's a little bit further back behind the action as it unfolds. See, just taking it slow, but Cold Day coming back up the track there as he was spinning. Unfortunately pushed another car into him. It looks like he's going to get heavy damage from that incident there. And looks like he may be going into the pits. He is. Oh, we've got quite a few damaged cars in the pits right now. And we're going to have, it looks like 13 laps remaining. Looks like we're going to do one more pace lap here. Let's check in. Oh, we've got a new biggest mover here. The 356 of DJ Powell is up a whopping 14 positions since the start of the race. So good to see him. He's currently in the 6th position. So good run from him. Austin Duran, who we saw pit under that last caution for fresh tires, started in 12th, is now up into 7th. So he made it through that craziness and is currently working his way back up through the field. Like Hayes Booth has worked himself up into 9th. So he also pitted with Austin Duran. Has fresh tires, was able to make it through that craziness up into 9th place. Looks like DJ Powell actually pitted on lap 9. So he is on fresher tires than the cars in front of him by a few laps. So we'll see if he can continue to advance. Right behind him, though, Austin Duran pitted on lap 15. So he has the freshest tires out here. Everyone else in front of them, Hunter Collier in 5th, Paul Granata in 4th, Pierce Moffitt in 3rd, Christian Visconti in 2nd, and Joe Burgee, our leader, have all not pitted this evening. So they are on the same set of tires they started the race with. And it does look like we did get some confirmation from that weird incident we saw going up the hill where a car just kind of ran through a few cars. We actually got confirmation from the driver that it was a connection issue, that it was what I thought it was, that the car, it looked like the cars just disappeared on his screen, and he actually got disconnected due to packet loss. So some weird things we see every once in a while here in sim racing. As you know, you are on a computer, internet connections, storms can be happening, all kinds of variables come to play, but just one of those freak accidents. But glad to hear that was not on purpose or anything, just a freak accident, as we do get going green here with 13 to go. Oh, we've got Pierce Moffitt. He's going to go into the wall. Looks like he was trying to block a car. Oh, no, that's going to be disastrous for him. Going to go back and try to get another look at that. And see, it's the 04 Paul Granata actually going to turn him down into the inside wall there. And that is one of the risks you run by putting an aggressive block like that on, is you got to hope that that car lifts off the throttle. If not, that happens. We see Austin Duran here up into 3rd place with those fresh tires. So he is on a move, making those fresh tires work. Hunter Collier here just lost out to Austin Duran in 3rd, but right behind him, Paul Granata in the 04, who we saw involved. Oh, and it looks like Visconti just had a big mistake coming out of turn 7. Our 2nd place car, is he going to be able to hold off there in turn 2 as Austin Duran runs him down? This is going to be a great battle here. Christian Visconti still on the same set of tires he started the race on. Austin Duran on fresh tires, who pitted on lap 15, but actually hasn't seen many green flag laps since then. All over the back bumper there of the 80 of Visconti. And we'll see what he can do here as they head down into turn 6. Visconti's going to stay out ahead there. That time around, go down into the very fast turn 7, where we saw Visconti go off the track. We'll see if Duran can get a run down the front straight here and make a pass under braking. So far, Christian Visconti in the 80 there doing a great job of holding off the very fast Austin Duran on fresh tires. Looks like Duran is not going to have an easy pass ahead of him. And let's ride on board Austin Duran here as he chases down the 80 of Visconti. All over the back bumper as we head down the no-name straight into turn 5 here. Very fast right-hander. And go up the hill here. Have to exercise a lot of throttle control. It looks like he is going to make the pass there, as it almost looked like Visconti gave the position to him. Maybe thought, hey, I don't need to be racing you. You're on fresher tires. My race is with the car behind me. As we saw Austin Duran make a big mistake there coming out of turn 7. Almost lost it. Does a great job saving it, but that is going to give Visconti the second place position back. And let's go back and watch another view of that. You can see him just getting loose coming out of turn 7, almost overcorrected. And that would have been disastrous, but good save from him. Looks like we've got another car on off track here. Hunter Collier in the 98. Gonna make a little contact with Hayes Booth there, but oh, it looks like the 57 does make it by. We saw him make contact with another car. I wasn't sure who that was. Might have been Mason Suit. But it looks like we are gonna stay green and keep going here. All right, Austin Duran is catching back up to Visconti here. This is your battle for second. Meanwhile, your leader, Joe Burgee, running away here out front, over 5 seconds ahead of our second place battle here. The Visconti still doing a good job. Looks like Duran is starting to struggle with tire grip. It looks like those fresh tires are starting to wear off now, and they are becoming more even with Visconti, but looks like Duran going to get a great run there off of turn 4 as they head down into turn 5. Up the hill, looks like Duran is going to look on the inside here going into turn 6 and is going to complete that pass. We'll see if he can hang on to it here in turn 7 again, where we saw his previous mistake. It looks like he's going to be a lot more calm and collected going through turn 7. And we'll see if he can start chipping away at that 6-second lead with 8 to go, up to our leader right now, the 83 of Joe Burgee. Check in for the battle for 4th here. We've got a 3-car battle. The 04 of Granada in 4th. Right behind him, Hayes Booth in the 993. And then behind him is DJ Powell, our biggest mover so far. We'll see if Hayes Booth here in that 993 Wonder Bread machine can make a move on Paul Granada as they head down into turn 5 and head up the hill. And let's ride on board Mr. Hayes Booth here as he chases down our 4th place Paul Granada. Hayes Booth getting a great exit there off of turn 7. Doesn't look like it's going to be enough to draft down the front straight here and make a move under braking. But late on the brakes going into turn 1 here. Taking a much wider line so he can get a great run here off of turn 2 and go down into turn 3. A slow left-hander here, and you're immediately going to flick the car back to the right here in turn 4. You can use a little curb there. Don't want to take too much curb, as you saw Hayes Booth took too much curb and actually lost out a little bit to the 04 of Granada. But looks like he's going to have a much better turn 5 there up the hill. We'll see what he can do here on this fast right-hander turn 6. Saw Granada take too much curb there, upset the car. That is going to allow Hayes Booth down to the bumper here, going through turn 7. Little wiggle there out of the 04. I think this is going to be it right here as we go down into turn 1. Hayes Booth going to be late on the brakes here. Going into turn 1. Looks like Paul Granada is not going to give up that spot easy, as you can see him on the outside. And it looks like they are going to have a little bit of lap traffic in front of them. That is going to decide this battle right here. Looks like Hayes Booth's going to... Oh, look, did he get 2 tires off? Yes, he did, and had to check up, unfortunately. So Paul Granada is going to stay ahead here with 6 to go. And Hayes Booth is going to have to set up that pass again. Oh, we see another mistake there out of Hayes Booth. Just going wide there out of turn 6. Didn't slow him down though. He's going to continue to chip back at that gap in front of him to the 04 of Paul Granada. With 5 to go this time around. Oh, we've got a car off the track there. And it looks like trying to figure out what happened to the 04 of Granada. Oh, big mistake there in turn 1. As they head down into turn 1, yeah, he's just going to get 2 tires off there. There's actually another car I was paying attention to up the track there that was off. That is going to allow Hayes Booth on by into 4th. And right behind Booth, we've actually got, it looks like Aiden Walker there, who is up into 5th, facing down Hayes Booth. We'll see what happens there. We're going to cross the line here. 4 to go this time by. In 3rd, Visconti here has a very healthy gap of about 5 seconds back to Hayes Booth. Austin Duran up here in 2nd place currently has about a 3-second gap behind him, and he is 6 seconds off of Joe Burgee here, our race leader in that 83. He is absolutely dominating it here in a whole different class from the rest of these drivers. As you can see, he is turning some incredible laps on old tires. So good driving skill from him. And we've got a battle here for the 4th place. It looks like Walker there in the 013 has caught up to Hayes Booth in the 993 Wonderbread car there. We'll see what happens here. We're going to be 3 to go down the front straight here. We'll see if Walker, it doesn't look like he's going to be close enough to make a move here, but he's just going to show his nose going into turn 1, say, hey, I'm here, and try to force a mistake out of Hayes Booth. Oh, it looks like Hayes Booth got a little loose on exit of 2 there, and Walker getting a great exit right on the bumper of Hayes Booth as we go through turn 4, down the no-name straight, and head toward turn 5. Who gets a better run up the hill there. I believe Walker got the better exit out of turn 5 there. But right on the bumper through turn 6, we see Hayes Booth getting a little sideways. See who gets the better exit out of turn 7. They look pretty equal heading down the front straight. 2 to go this time by. And this is your battle for 4th place currently. The 993 there of Hayes Booth trying to hold off the 013 of Aiden Walker. And they're coming through turns 2 here. Looks like Walker was quicker through this part of the track last time, but we see a bit of a mistake. Hayes Booth's going to build a bit of a gap there as they head down the no-name straight again into turn 5. And this is the part of the track Walker was definitely quicker last time by, going up the hill here. You can see he is all over the bumper again of Hayes Booth. He's going to look to the outside there. Turn 6, not going to be able to make a pass on the outside. But we'll see if he's able to cut through on the inside there. Going into turn 7, this is a great battle. Oh, Hayes Booth going to go off the track. Is he going to keep it out of the wall? Braces the wall there a little bit. No damage. Going to keep going. And that is going to be the white flag here. Joe Burgee over 7 seconds ahead of Austin Duran here in 2nd. Christian Visconti currently in 3rd. Aiden Walker advances up to 4th place. And right behind him, Paul Granada has entered the picture in 5th. And Hayes Booth here looks like he's going to get back on track, get it collected. He's currently scored in 6th. Meanwhile, up front here, the 83, Joe Burgee going to come around turn 7, head down the front straight here, and he is going to be victorious here. Round 4 at Lime Rock here of the Street Stock Series. Going to take home the victory. Austin Duran going to come across in 2nd. Christian Visconti going to bring it home in 3rd place this evening. Good run from him. Aiden Walker going to come home in 4th. Paul Granada 5th, Hayes Booth 6th, DJ Powell 7th, Shane Fuller in 8th, Pierce Moffitt going to cross the line in 9th, and Hunter Collier going to bring it home in 10th this evening. That's going to do it for your top 10. Good run by these guys here late in the race, making up a lot of positions. Looks like DJ Powell is going to bring home that Just double checking. Yeah, he did advance 13 positions since the start of the race. Our biggest mover. So that's going to go to the 356 of DJ Powell. All right, we'll let them celebrate do a little celebratory donuts here, and then we'll try to get the top 3 into the booth for some interview. All right, so it looks like they're making their way up into the booth here. We're going to try to get a word with our third place, Christian Visconti. Hey, Christian, it's Kevin up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, congratulations on that third place finish. You had to hold off quite a few fast drivers there throughout the race, but you're going to bring it home in a podium position. I got to ask, how difficult was this car track combo tonight?
Well, it's certainly a little difficult. I guess it definitely got loose, especially coming over that hill. It was a really sketchy spot, but it's definitely a really fun car combo. Probably one of the better road courses you could take these street stocks to. And I don't know, I had a blast driving them. So
It looked fun. I saw a lot of drivers struggling with rear grip, especially on corner exit and at the top of the hill, like you mentioned. But I believe the most accidents we saw this evening in self spins were actually through turn 7, that last fast right-hand turn before you get down to the front straight. How difficult was it to keep the car underneath you going through that turn?
oh yeah, that turn was definitely bit me a lot in practice because it looks like you can just take that thing full throttle and you really gotta even possibly even trail brake. You definitely gotta crack the throttle a bit. So it's not a very forgiving turn, but I think I only went off it like once, so I'll consider that a win.
Yeah, and it looks like you were one of the very few drivers that did not pit this evening and take tires. Gotta ask, was that just part of your strategy to gain track position? Looks like it worked out for you.
Yeah, definitely. Earlier in the race, I felt like I was faster than some guys in front of me, but there's not many passing zones, so I figured track position would be king, especially since those guys pit with like halfway through the race, so they were on like a really they needed it to go green, and we didn't quite get that. So I definitely figured track position would be king over tires because the tires don't necessarily fall off horribly in these cars at this track anyway. So
All right. Well, again, congratulations on that third place finish here this evening. While you're here, is there anyone you want to give a shout out to?
yeah, shout out to the whole admin crew for trying to having the race run smoothly. Thank you for broadcasting, and we'll see you next week, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully we'll be talking to you next week. Do a little short track racing at Oxford. How do you feel about that?
I think it'll definitely be a wild race, but I hope I can pull off the win. I don't mind that track. I think it's a little fun, so hopefully we can have a good result.
Absolutely. Well, again, congratulations on that third place finish, and hopefully we'll be talking to you in the winner's circle next week.
Yeah, hopefully. Thank you.
All right, that'll do it for our third place finisher, Christian Visconti here. Now we'll try to get a word with our second place finisher. We've got Austin Duran. Hey, Austin, it's Kevin up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Hey, man, first of all, congratulations on that run. Finishing second, working your way back up through the field after pitting. I believe you started 12th after you pitted back on lap 15, made your way all the way back up to second. Gotta ask, how was it coming through the field there at the end?
Yeah, it was pretty eventful. I got some right front damage after that wreck on the restart after I pit, so I was wondering if that was going to affect my speed at all, but luckily I was able to get to second, but it wasn't enough to get Joe at the end. He was super fast all race.
Yeah, we saw, looks like Joe was turning the quickest times there toward the end of the race on old tires. We saw you take the strategy to pit. Did you think the fresh tires were going to give you a bit more of an edge than they actually ended up giving you?
Yeah, that was my goal. I was hoping more people would pit with me, but that wasn't the case. And yeah, I just used up my stuff at the end too.
Yeah, we saw. Believe it was a great battle between you and now I'm forgetting which car it was. Visconti. Yeah, actually, our third place
Yes.
finisher. You actually made it by him at the top of the hill there, and then right at turn 7, looks like you had a big wobble coming out of there, but a great save. Got to commend you on that. We actually went back and watched it a few times. Um, you almost overcorrected, and that would have been disastrous to go into the outside wall, but good save nonetheless, and bringing it home second.
Yeah, thank you.
And while you're here, is there anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I'll give a shout out to my team, Redemption Motorsports, and my sponsors, Snowman Studios, the NASCAR Hotspot, SD Graphics, JJ Central, and Elite Performance Industries.
All right. Well, again, congratulations on that second place finish tonight. We're at Oxford for some short track racing next week, and hopefully we'll be interviewing you again next week.
All right, thank you.
All right, that'll do it for our second place finisher tonight. Austin Duran coming home in second, and that was he earned that place. He had to work his way up through the field there from 12th position after pitting halfway through, and a caution field second half of the race. So great run by him. But now we'll try to get a word from our race winner this evening. We've got Joe Burgee. Hey, Joe, it's Kevin up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Hey, man, congratulations on the victory tonight. You dominated it out there, running the fastest laps of the race. You looked very comfortable. Just got to ask, how much practice did you put in going into tonight?
About like 5 minutes. I wasn't even planning to race tonight, and then I kept seeing. Oh my god. Okay. Sorry there if you can hear the thunder in the background, but it is storming bad here. But it was like maybe not even 5 minutes actually. Now that I think about it, I loaded up a test session beforehand and put like 2 laps down. No, 3 laps down, and then I went into the practice session itself, put down a few laps, 17, or nah, more like 10 or something. I'm still in the session, so I can look at it, but I wouldn't even say I dominated the race. At the end, definitely, but at the beginning of the race, it was all Austin. He was the faster of the two of us, or actually, I don't know about that, but he was definitely the more consistent one. I kept making mistakes. I kept getting up to him and then falling back. So dominant the whole race isn't really the truth. It was more or less him that dominated the first half, and I dominated the second. But I'm glad I did. I don't usually dominate races, and being at the front at a track that I love to race at, Lime Rock's an amazing track to race at, especially with a weird combo like street stocks. Just stock cars in general on this track, I've always been a big fan of. When trucks went here, it was a lot of fun. The last 2 times they went here, it was a lot of fun. I think I got second in the last race we did here, but it was a blast racing it. It was a lot of fun. Got used to the set. The set was it was janky to say the least, but I got used to it, and it was a lot of fun to run at the end. Especially with the tires that we were at. I don't even know what my tires were at, but we were like I said, in the last half of the race, we were definitely the faster of the two of us, of me and Austin. He was really the only person I think I could that could have competed with me up front, and that actually did. We didn't really have a battle, but like I said earlier, I got up to him a few times, and it was a lot of fun just trying to race around him, and then at the end of it, just by myself, just trying to put down consistent laps.
Yeah, definitely. And gotta
Sorry,
ask.
that was a lot to say. Sorry.
No worries, no worries. This is your interview, but gotta ask. When you saw Austin go into the pits there on lap 15, did you kind of have the strategy? I'm gonna do the opposite of what he's gonna do because it's so difficult to pass here. Like you mentioned, those first 15 laps, just not able to get around him.
I mean, I was gonna stay out for the most part because the tires on the street stocks aren't really not the same tire model, so it really didn't worry me. I mean, when he got back up to me, I knew he was going to be faster than me, and he kind of was faster than me at the end, but not by much. And I ended up getting the advantage on him within the last, like, I think 3 or 4 laps. But when I saw him go into the pits, I'm like, thank God, because one, I could lead a few laps, and two, he'd be stuck in traffic for at least a little bit, so it would bide me some time. But uh, I wasn't really worried about tires strategy. It was just stay out unless I end up getting or like no, it was either stay out the whole race or pit at halfway, and then the second half of that kind of got thrown out. So it was like, don't pit because it wasn't going to affect really much, and if I did pit, it would honestly screw me over a little more because I would be in more I would be in everybody else's like wiggle room, and it wouldn't really be fun, especially like in this league. I know a lot of racers around here aren't known for road racing, so my trust is a little, aka a lot less than it is on ovals. But yeah, honestly, when I saw him pit, I'm like, thank God he's gonna end up getting pushed back a little bit. That'll bide me some time. That'll probably push him back to about maybe like 2 or 3 seconds at the end of the race, and it ended up being 7. So it was a blessing in disguise to see, definitely. But my strategy was just stay out the whole race unless something happened. Nothing happened to me. I had a close call with Cade with whatever happened to him. Funny about that, my shifter actually got stuck. I was stuck in neutral going up the uphill when that happened. So I'm like, I'm trying to get it into neutral, or I'm trying to get it into the in the third gear, and I'm trying to go over the radio, like saying I can't get in the third gear. I'm stuck in neutral, and then all of a sudden I just see the 950 come around and just wipe out like the whole top 5, except for me. I'm like, what in the heck just happened there? So
Yeah, that definitely was one of the craziest moments of the race. We actually got confirmation it was a connection issue that caused
yeah.
that. So
Yeah, I did see that later. I'm not blaming Kate at all for it. It's what happens. Hardware issues, those happen a lot. I'm not gonna get
absolutely.
into my like opinions on them because obviously, and plus this interview has gone on for long enough, so I'm gonna try to end it a little earlier. But
No
um,
worries. No worries.
yeah,
But I
nothing
was
on
gonna
him. Yeah, sorry.
no worries, no worries. Just gonna again congratulate you there on your win tonight and give you the opportunity here while you're here. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Obviously, my sponsors, Red Bull, Ronald McDonald House Charities. Hopefully, we'll be having a new sponsor come in soon. I have my friend Garrett Hess making me a paint for it. It'll be on a couple other cars. But aside from those 2 things, I really don't have anybody else to thank. Thank you for putting on this amazing broadcasting this race. It was a very good race. Thank you to Brayson for putting it on and just making the league better every single race. Even though I don't show up to every single race, it's definitely improving for the better in some categories. But that's really all I got to say. Hopefully we can keep it going. It's good to win. It's good to win in this league again. Thank God I did it at a track that I'm good at, and hopefully we can keep it going.
Absolutely. Well, again, congratulations on the victory tonight. You definitely earned it this evening. And we'll be back next week for some short track racing at Oxford. And hopefully we'll be talking to you again next week.
I wouldn't count on that one. I don't really like Oxford, so I think I might pass on that one. But just in case, I'm not gonna say it's a definite no, but we'll see what happens. So hopefully we could hopefully it'll be broadcasting next week, and hopefully it'll be just as good. I think actually I know it'll just be just as good. So keep it going.
Absolutely. Yeah, we've got some great drivers out here, especially when we get to some short tracks, have some big turnouts. So it will be exciting. But again, congratulations on your victory this evening, and have a great evening. All right, that'll do it for our race winner tonight. Joe Burgee there taking home the victory. And that'll do it for round 4 here at Lime Rock. Next week, we'll go to round 5 at Oxford Speedway for a little short track racing. Just want to thank all the sponsors here for putting on the league here. The World Online Racing Championship Street Stock Series is presented by the Keystone Corner. And just a great race here at Lime Rock this evening. And to wrap it up here, we'll watch the promo video and then we'll see you next week at Oxford.
I am Dark Bloom.